Going live. And we are now live. Hey everyone, how's it going? Wheatley here. I am joined by...
Okay, I was waiting patiently for everyone else to go, but it's fine. Ellie's a Disney girl.
All-seeing AI, nice to see you all. Oh, sorry, I missed.
And Nackloff, hello.
Big oof.
Here's the link, by the way.
Oh, thanks.
And so it begins.
When we last left off, we had, believe, we had just completed the Day 2 investigation. So now we're on to the
Final
Day 3 trial. No, Day 4 trial. Day 4 trial. That was a day off. We completed Day 3 investigation, and we're on to the 4th day of the trial.
Well, I mean, third day of the trial,
Wait,
fourth day of the case.
Oh yeah, the final day. Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't think Oldbeg says much, but
Dawn of the final day. 24 hours remains.
What is that
Oh, it
from?
reminds me that
October 20th,
Majora's
10
Mask.
a.m. District Court,
Yeah.
courtroom number 4.
By the way, I thought you might get a kick out of that thing I showed on Facebook.
Oh my gosh, that was great. Brilliant.
Court is now in session for the trial of Mr. Will Powers.
The prosecution is ready, Your Honor.
Hang on. Alright. The defense is ready, Your Honor. That's not the voice I gave him. Hang on.
Ooh, a bit of a British twang there.
Today will be the final day of this trial. I hope both the prosecution and the defense will be able to present decisive evidence. Very well. Mr. Edgeworth, your opening statement.
In yesterday's session, the defense presented us with a new theory for this case. He claimed that the scene of the crime was, in fact, Studio 2. Today, I will call on people present in the Studio 2 trailer that day. From their testimonies, the truth will become clear.
Very well. Edgeworth seems a bit on edge today.
Really?
Apollo, is that you?
I did kind of put on a front. You may call your first witness, Mr. Edgeworth.
The prosecution calls Ms. D. Vasquez to the stand.
Here we go.
Ms. D. Vasquez is a producer who was present in the Studio 2 trailer that day. Oh, I remember what she does. Kind of forgot about this. Also, you're not allowed to smoke in a courtroom. Will the witness state her name and occupation?
You're also not allowed to have a whip in a courtroom, but I won't say what happens for spoilers, but you know. Everyone
The
here
game
knows.
is over a decade old.
You know.
Yeah.
But yeah, fair.
You know.
This probably isn't like the first time someone watched Ace Attorney. Meme Lord Kuro. It has been a while.
Ayo.
Welcome.
Välkommen. D. Vasquez. I'm a producer at Global Studios.
On the day of the murder, you were in the trailer in Studio 2.
As everyone here knows, yes.
Later.
I dislike needless banter.
Oh no, she's a goth girl. Oh no, oh no, oh no, I'm swooning. What in the world, Kuro?
Yeah, well... let's just say the entire 4-sentence meme, she's only one of those. She's only one of those 4 words fits her, because she's not a GF, at least not yours, and she's not, the first 2 words.
I don't know that meme. You'll have to explain it to me later.
Regardless, needless banter like this should be avoided.
If you
Oh, I
must
see. My bad.
pontificate?
Yes.
Do it when I'm not here.
Yeah, my bad, Kuro. Very well, Miss Vasquez. Please give the court your testimony concerning the day of the murder.
Nick, I know she did it. Make her pay.
Right.
You know, Maya.
If she's guilty, I'll catch her with her pants down, so to speak.
Whoa! Hey, Nick. Whoa. Hold up. Nick. Yo, calm down, buddy.
Witness testimony. That's an expression. Get your mind out of the gutter.
This is the same person who said, "I'll get to this woman's bottom." So you know.
Nick!
The day of the murder.
I entered the trailer. Oh, a little before noon. The meeting began at 12 o'clock sharp. It ended at 4. There was to be a rehearsal afterwards, so we went to Studio 1.
Oops, hang on. Sorry. There we go.
I was fatigued, so I had Sal take me. At 2:30, we took a 15-minute break in the meeting. Sal and I ate T-bone steaks on the table in front of the trailer.
Are you reading the lines as soon as they appear? Because there might be
As
lag.
soon as they appear for me, there's a big lag.
I hear them sound, but I don't see them immediately myself. So
Yeah.
Well, let me redo the screen share then, because usually it works just fine. I'll up the frame rate to 30.
We found Hammer's body later, when we all went to Studio 1.
Oh, that was even worse.
And that's all.
It's like a 4-second delay. What the heck?
There's a lot of people doing streaming stuff right now. It's bound to be a bit slower.
See?
I think it might be lagging a bit on OBS too. Hang on. Oh. Pfft.
Whoa! Hey there, Mr. Judge. Don't get to see your face that close often.
I love it when my capture card resets from 1280 by 720 to 1920 by 1080 without me telling it to.
Technical
I don't know what
difficulties.
most
Please
of that
excuse our
means, but
absence
okay.
for the next however long it takes to get figured out.
Get some
Why?
patience.
Why? Because technology is a wonderful thing, and it's never let us down once before.
Oops, I accidentally screen shared.
Oh god,
Discord.
I'm hearing myself again.
we literally couldn't start the stream on time because of technical difficulties. Not that we have a time to start it anyway. But...
Judge, look at my bald epicness.
Alright.
Ah.
No,
Yeah.
just in
Back.
case.
You know the saying, justice is blind? Justice is bald.
What? No, I'm not.
You, Phoenix.
I was doing my Apollo voice. I don't know what you're talking about.
You're
Apollo
blind,
Justice-
Justice. You can't see the truth.
Well, I mean, he is in technically dual destinies because of the eye patch thingy.
Anyways,
Did you know? Pirates actually wore eye patches because they thought that they could see in the dark with their eye covered.
Well, no, wasn't it like? I always heard it was to keep one eye adjusted to the darkness, so if they had to go down to the pitch black below deck for any reason.
I have a question about one part of your testimony. You were fatigued, so you had Sal take you?
The van.
Hmm?
And there's a van at Studio 2. Didn't you see it while I was telling my testimony? I had him take me in that. I thought it might be risky to walk. What with that monkey's head toppling over.
Van. We're just gonna take that van. We are going to stuff it inside of the record.
We're gonna take that
No,
van
no.
down by the river and gonna live in it. In a van down by the river.
I feel like I should know what that's from, but I don't.
You should know it's from.
It's that one fat comedian that died, but was like he was
You're
like
gonna
one of the
be
best.
living in a van
John Candy
down
is what you're
by
thinking.
the river.
Probably.
I've never heard of him.
It's from
Which
Saturday Night
movie
Live.
was it from?
It was from Saturday Night Live.
Oh, that's
Oh.
probably why I
He was in
don't
a lot
know
of
it.
other things.
I see. Very well, Mr. Wright, your cross-examination.
This is the final battle, Nick. Let's do it!
It's the final
Final.
countdown.
Copyright.
If we're
Come on,
singing a
really?
copywritten song on his channel, we're gonna get him arrested.
Hey, I started it. I will fully take the blame for that one.
The day of the
Yeah! Take the blame.
cross-examination.
I'm responsible. I'm the one to blame. It's my fault.
So it's
By the way, I'm an undercover YouTube content cop. I'm here to arrest you later.
Wow, I'm glad Gracie got my joke at least.
Oh! I didn't tell you. Tori was the baker's wife in Into the Woods in their production.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah, it was so great. Oh, her performance was amazing. I saw a bit of it on Facebook.
Oh, shoot.
Hmm?
I'm very sorry, guys. I'm going to have to pause the stream momentarily and reset Discord because I figured out why it was lagging so badly. Alright, we're back online now.
So spiety.
Gotta love that society, man.
I gotta refresh because the chat's not showing. Give me a moment.
Are you sure everyone?
Once you do, can you check the timing of when the monkey head was in front of the blocking the path?
Yeah, because I'm pretty sure it was blocking the path when she said that they were going in the van.
Of which the van had no
Alright.
feasible way of going past the monkey head if it was there.
It's a massive monkey head. No one could get past that.
Alright, we're
I
back
mean, maybe
Because I'm
online,
pretty
guys.
sure-
Not pretty skinny, but
No,
Yeah.
yeah, 10:15 and 4, and she said that they went at or 2:15 and 4, and she said that they went at 2:30.
so theoretically they could have.
Yeah, at 2:30 we took a 15-minute break.
I'll press there. And what were you
Oh,
doing
this is
during
going to
that
gain you
time?
no youthful information.
Don't hit your desk.
How dare you tell me not to hit my desk? Do you know
I'm
who I
telling
am?
you not hit your desk. It irritates me. So don't hit your desk. You hit your desk again, and I'll
Yeah,
have one of
Mr.
my men
Right.
snap your neck.
Yeah, Mr. Right.
He says as he hits his desk.
Yeah, this is the joke.
I was.
I will
Scheiße.
make one of my men snap you like a twig. It was a 15-minute break.
Well, Nick, find anything?
I kind of wish she'd said a little more.
It's hard. I think she's pretty used to being the boss. But I'm sure you'll find some kind of contradiction in what she said. Somewhere.
Okay, let's just do a clean review of all the evidence.
Okay,
Oh,
let's
wait,
check
I
this
think
out.
I think we have to do the T-bone steak thing first.
Yeah, okay, attorney's badge, yeah. Steak plate found in the employees area.
Oh, that's the steak played in the employee
So-
area. Okay.
A
Yeah.
van.
She said they
Uh,
were.
But it's still used as proof because it's got a bone on it and the other one did.
Yeah.
That was weird. It's always weird.
Do you have someone who can verify this?
So.
No, I mean someone else.
One person is enough. Actually, technically, no. You need 3 witnesses for something.
If she committed murder during that break, yeah, she wouldn't have had time to eat a T-bone steak. If I had some evidence that proves she didn't eat that steak.
Well, Nick, find anything?
Yeah. We've already
You
seen
gotta find something there, Nick. There's something there, Nick.
Alright, you're commit the ancient art of destroying your soul
Wait,
so that you
which-
can
Which
retry if you
picture
fail.
is it though?
Oh right, I
it
have to
picture two?
destroy my soul first. I'm sorry, I forgot.
Wait, do we have a picture of the plates at
But now present the
Studio
steak.
No, that's the wrong steak, dude.
Alright.
We
Like
I
did
said,
not.
We have the camera, we have that second picture. What's the van?
The
Manila,
van was
van.
at Studio 2. But the steak bones were in the employee area.
yeah.
But she said they had steak outside of, in front of the trailer right there.
Took
You
a 15
going
minute break.
down.
Wait, hang on. Oh, damn it. Thought the time was different.
Yeah, I think we have to do the steaks still first.
Am I just supposed to press everything?
I'm guessing you may as well, just to make sure and double check. Well, then again, we did save, so I'm pretty sure if you just present the T-bone steak at the one thing.
At this?
Mhm.
It's not gonna work. I can practically guarantee it's not
Just
gonna work.
present the steak on
Oh, it worked.
that statement.
It worked.
Boom! Maybe you should listen to me more often.
That doesn't even make any freaking sense. Ha! As I thought. You claim you ate a T-bone steak. But I say you did not. What's this now, Mr. Wright? Look at this. It's a plate. This plate was on the table in the employee area. As you can see, a large bone has been left behind. Oh my god. It all makes sense now.
I literally told you this.
Yeah, but we were like, would the game like actually
That's not
accept
in
that
the.
as an
That's
answer?
that's not part of the court record. Aaron.
Mr. Wright, need I remind you it was a T-bone steak?
Exactly my point. Remember, if you will, Miss Vasquez and Mr. Manella ate at a table outside the trailer. Yet there were no bones left on the plates. The plates were bare!
Maybe a dog ate it. Ugh.
Miss Vasquez,
Weird face.
tell me, how can a person eat a T-bone steak and not leave the bone? It almost looks better on the DS.
Sal was very hungry that day and just swallowed the whole thing.
You ate the bone, too!
Don't you dare! Don't you dare!
You didn't eat any steak during that break. You took your steak and threw it somewhere, like the incinerator. God, I don't like her in HD. I see. Then what was Miss Vasquez doing during her break? Other than
Murdering someone.
other than thinking
Meeting.
other than thinking she's all hot shit.
I mean, yes.
Probably
But
stabbing
also-
someone's neck. Who knows?
Meeting the Seal Samurai.
Picking on salmonella. Yes.
She was meeting with the Steel Samurai.
Ooh, I like those shoes. Pretty shoes.
She just crunched the bone like an ice lolly. Also,
You know what that is, right?
Also praise his might beard. I don't know what that is.
Ice lolly's just a popsicle. That's
No.
what they call them in England.
My bad.
Over the pond.
Order. Are you saying Yes, Your Honor. As Miss Vasquez left the trailer to eat her steak, she ran into the Steel Samurai. And then you did it. You killed him with your own hands! Mr. Wright! Isn't that a little presumptuous?
It's so presumptuous I started coughing out of,
What kind of stunt are you trying to pull, right?
Let him claim what he wants. You say I did it?
Yes.
Fascinating. And here I was worrying that today would be as boring as all the rest. Very well. Let us have a battle of wits, you and I.
Time to save. Time to destroy my soul. For some reason I thought Battle of Wits line was a bit later. But whatever. Any day. Bitch. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
I won't hesitate, witch!
Bitch.
Good luck. Nick? Sorry, it's very slow for me. The text shows up so slow.
Battle of Wits.
Let's
10:05 a.m.
Oh.
What was that murder weapon again? Oh yes, the samurai spear.
Yes.
I am, as you can see, a woman of petite stature. How could I possibly use that heavy spear as a weapon?
You couldn't, could you? I think you would have a great deal of difficulty using that as a weapon. Pretty much anyone would.
Huh. You see.
Yes. However, that has no bearing on this case.
Meaning?
The samurai spear was not the murder weapon.
What?
What is the meaning of this? The spear was found lying next to the victim's body. I have proof, Your Honor. I can prove that the samurai spear was not used as the murder weapon. It's the photo, right?
No, it is not.
No, you're
I
right.
don't know what this is.
Wait, I think it's the spear itself because it was broken, wasn't
Yeah.
it?
I present my proof, the so-called murder weapon. Thanks.
But that is the murder weapon.
Not so fast. Remember that this spear broke during the morning action scene run-through? But someone fixed the spear. It was a security lady. She fixed it with duct tape.
Yes, it was, dearie.
Now tell me, how is it possible for someone to stab a man who is wearing a thick costume with this through the chest?
Well, all you
Order.
gotta do is just break his rib cage a little bit, and then it's a soft.
Spear would break first.
Order,
It
order.
would just
You
break.
You underestimate the skin.
Mr. Wright, what are you driving at?
Exactly what you think.
I'm not driving at anything. I don't have a license.
You
I only have my badge.
Think about what you're...
Don't try it!
Think
I
about
can't
what
do a
you're-
good Ewan McGregor.
Don't try it!
Anakin, I
About...
have the high ground.
Hello there.
General
Well, there.
Kenobi.
General Kenobi!
Silence.
Like,
In the live-
Silence!
At 2 decades before Dual Destinies.
Silence!
I'm the one testifying here, and I will be
Silence.
heard.
That's not right either.
Silence!
Mm.
Oh, she told Edward? Are you quite sane?
Are you even aware? Oh, sorry.
Hey, it's my line. Are you even aware of what you're saying?
They do that so infrequently. Play someone else's lines when they're looking at someone else.
I know it sucks. If the samurai spear was not the murder weapon, then pray tell what was. How was Hammer killed?
Well, Mr. Wright, can you tell us which weapon was used to kill Mr. Hammer? I'm going to... Okay, I can't save. I think I can tell, but...
I believe you can all
I
say I can.
I
Because
might
if you
be too
can't, you
soon.
literally have no case. If you can't, you literally have no case.
Would I make a claim like that if I couldn't tell you what the weapon was? Oh, bake-stabbed? I'm afraid your confidence can sometimes be unfounded, Mr. Wright. Very well, let's see this murder weapon then. Now I present the photo.
Ah, yes. That's where you do it.
Look at this photo. Oh, what is this? Why, that's Jack Hammer standing at the top of the stairs.
Yabba yabba yabba.
Order, order. If I cannot have order, this trial will be suspended, and therefore Miss Vasquez will go free. I don't think anyone here wants that. Except Edgeworth.
Suspend the trial.
Mr. Wright, what is this all about? This photograph is from 5 years ago. There was an unfortunate accident at Global Studios. This is a photo of that very accident. Not a word of this was leaked to the outside. It was a close-kept secret at the studios.
What does this have to do with the current case?
Mr. Edgeworth, you still can't see it? See the fallen man in this photo. See how the fence post pierced him through the chest.
What? Are you sick?
Yes. What happened 5 years ago? Has happened again!
Huh?
I don't think so, Crazy Uber. Sorry. Mr. Wright, continue. It's 2:30 p.m. on the day of the murder. Miss D. Vasquez meets Jack Hammer outside the Studio 2 trailer. Then she did it. She pushed Mr. Hammer off the stairs onto the fence. Just like Mr. Hammer had himself done 5 years ago. Though whether she did it on purpose or by accident, I cannot say.
In other words, the victim, Mr. Hammer. He died in the same way that he caused another man to... My voice is totally slipped. No.
That's still you.
Oh, 5 years ago.
Precisely. Ironic, isn't it? Why am I just reminded of that line from Half-Life 2? I like to bring a little irony to a firefight. Gracie.
Sorry, my friend texted me about something important. Very creative, Mr. Wright. I could use a man like you on my script writing job.
You deny that what I say is true?
Mr. Wright.
Let's say, for the sake of argument, that Hammer died at the trailer, as you say. Yet the body was found at Studio 1, was it not? And in the evil magistrate's costume. Are you then claiming that I carried the body to Studio 1 and returned to the trailer on the space of a 15-minute break?
How could I have disposed of the body?
Easily.
The break in the meeting at the trailer lasted 15 minutes, from 2:30 to 2:45.
Oh, shoot. God damn it.
The head was there.
She could not have moved it then.
Could Jack Hammer have
At the
been
very
pushed off the
least.
stairs to his death? Well, then carried to Studio 1 and placed inside his costume? There wasn't enough time.
Indeed. Well, Mr. Wright, how could she have dealt with the body?
She had another way.
I seem to remember that.
Wait a sec. She was driven
Yeah.
after.
Of course she is. She's a very driven woman.
What if she had another way to carry the body, other than with her own hands? Yes, but there was a head in the way.
For instance,
Actually, for that matter, there was no need for her to do the deed in 15 minutes. And there was a way for you to carry that body.
interesting. Let's hear it then.
Mr. Wright, please show us how she carried the body.
And this is why we got the van and the court record.
Van.
Miss Vasquez, you carried the body to Studio One, and you used the studio van to do it. How dare you have a license? Recall your testimony.
Sorry, I stuffed M&M's in my mouth. Okay.
There was to be a rehearsal afterwards, so we went to Studio One. I was fatigued, so I had Sal take me. There was a van there, right? I had Sal drive me.
You used the van to carry the body to Studio One. Then, before everyone else got there, you put the body into the magistrate costume.
Hold on, right. Don't forget, it was Sal Manila that drove the van. Are you suggesting that Mr. Manila was a conspirator?
Of course he wasn't.
Nope.
No. Like,
She
that's
can
wrong.
drive herself.
No, I'm pretty sure he did drive.
She
did
is
drive.
an independent woman who don't need no man. No.
Except that she decided to rely on a man because it was more convenient for her.
She tried relying on 4 men to erase us.
Erase away.
Huh. So, without Mr. Manila noticing anything, she put the body in the van. Then managed to put the body into the costume? Are you seriously suggesting that is possible?
Oh, wow.
You were wrong. Lose points.
What? Okay, at this point, you gotta reload, Mr. Man.
No.
Mr. Man.
Light. You can't lighten up a murder.
Yes, Your Honor. Of course, Salmonella has to have been a conspirator. Wow, I'm
Oh, we
surprised.
didn't lose.
I didn't lose any points for that.
It's only
Really?
the third case.
You got pride points taken off.
Yeah, 3 out of originally 4.
You only had 4 pride points?
No, cases.
Oh, cases. I'm like, that's low pride.
The body had to be placed in the van and put into the costume. There's no way Miss Vasquez could have done that alone. Also, don't forget that they had to dispose of the steel samurai costume. They had to, because it was covered in Mr. Hammer's blood. They probably burned it in the small incinerator. Well, Miss Vasquez, shall I continue?
No need. You're smarter than you look, Mr. Wright. I lose. You win. It
Wait, what?
was fun.
I do not remember
Hold on,
the
that
ending.
can't be it.
I do not remember the ending of this case being that anticlimactic.
Like your fist.
A moment of
Sweet
silence
case.
for the passing of Aaron.
I might make this episode short. I'm getting kind of tired. But I'm not sure. Alright, we are back. I'm so sorry. I literally got a blue screen of death. Without warning, random.
That's
He hasn't said anything.
he said.
Did he disconnect again?
I'm here.
Okay.
Okay, I just had a moment of, dear God, are you trying to give me a heart attack?
I am currently streaming at 200 kilobytes, which is very bad.
Ooh.
There we go.
I mean, there's not a lot left to this case. We can just get done with it at the very
Yeah.
least, and if it doesn't get
Yeah,
better...
I have to be done after this case. Like, we've had so many technical difficulties, I don't think I can do any more.
Hmm.
Also, really, the Kimi no Nawa parody, like, are you serious?
I'm not sorry.
Regardless,
It's
let's
disgusting.
continue.
I'm gonna save just in case.
It's still loading the visual thing for me.
Refresh it. Oh, on Discord or on YouTube?
Discord.
Oh, god damn it. Working now?
Yep.
So what happens now?
What's going to happen?
Don't,
Hmm?
Me? Don't you have anything to say?
What would you like me to say?
Huh? I lost? Something like that?
I just said that. Stupid hedgehog face.
Wait, so you mean... DeVasquez, so it was you! You killed Jack Hammer!
Obviously.
He's not used to his witnesses confessing so easily. Who can say?
Who can...
Don't worry, that'll change.
Oh, sorry, my bad. My bad. Huh?
Are you sure I did? Mr. Wright. We just engaged in a battle of wits. And the result of that battle? You proved the possibility that I murdered Hammer.
God damn it, we're not done yet.
There's one more cross-examination, it seems.
But that is only a possibility. Proof is another thing altogether. You lack decisive proof, Mr. Wright.
What?
You heard me
Order.
right, Mr. Hedgehog Head.
Mr.
Hair
Edgeworth,
man.
your thoughts?
Well, of course. It's as the witness says. Certainly, it does seem very likely she did it, but there is no actual proof.
Get your knickers out of a twist, Edgeworth.
Edgeworth isn't sure.
Well, I came here as a witness today. If you've no more questions, I'll be leaving.
What do I do now?
Bye-bye. Goodbye.
If you let her leave, she will not come back.
And I will have my men snap you like twigs.
Testify again.
Testify again!
Yes, fine. I'd like you to testify again. Testify again?
No one to give up, Mr. Wright.
Yeah.
Think about it. Even if I were to testify again, what's the point? I can only say what I said before. The truth, Mr. Wright. I've already said all there is to say. What would happen if I said it again?
I know it wouldn't erase me.
You'd ask the same question. Get the same answer. A waste of time.
Damn. To come so far only to fail. As it seems there are no further questions, I would like to end the cross-examination of the witness, Miss Vasquez.
Vasquez, it seems you have dramatically misunderstood my position on this matter. I'm not here to be your friend or your protector. I'm here to find the truth.
Yes, Mr. Edgeworth.
I was hoping to come up with a question while I was objecting. I didn't.
I see, very well.
Your Honor, I request the witness testify again.
You are the prosecutor, are you not? Why are you badgering me? I'm your witness.
You're also a bitch.
If you leave, we'll never see you again.
She is a bitch. Like, that's
Precisely.
the only thing I can say to describe her.
I just want to hear your testimony again.
Does this make any sense to you, Your Honor? I don't see that we have anything to gain by repeating the last several minutes.
Mr. Edgeworth, I too see little point in making Miss Vasquez repeat herself. What exactly did you want her to testify about?
Well, yes,
God,
I think
dang.
someone's taking a little bit of the BS.
indeed. Verily I say, ergo. I want to hear about what happened after they found the body.
After they found the body? Very well. The witness will testify to the court concerning this matter.
Ugh. Nick! Why did Edgeworth?
Who knows? Maybe he's not as much of an evil bastard as we all thought.
I ship it. No. I don't
Some people
actually.
really, really do.
I
but
don't
okay.
understand why, but okay. But
How many elementary school friends influence your entire career and you spend a significant amount of your time thinking about them?
what?
Because that's Phoenix and Edgeworth. In a nutshell.
Wait, I missed that one text thing. I'm gonna read it when it comes up in.
But,
Oh my gosh, live stream. Yeah, but there was one in the middle that you skipped. Wasn't he the one that said he always gets a guilty verdict?
oh, right.
After all that?
Edgeworth. My lover. No, I'm kidding.
Witness
You're going
testimony
along with that
after
too?
finding the body.
Okay, legitimate thing. I always thought the people who, like, shipped them or whatever were absolute idiots until I replayed this game. And while I don't think they'll ever do anything official for any reason, I can kind of see it now.
Well, it's just the whole thing with communities making best friends into lovers. And they do that with every person who is best friends. Just like, oh, they're lesbians. They can't just be friends. Oh, no, they're gay. They can't just be friends.
Then
That's what
again,
societies come to.
then again, people think, I don't understand this one at all, that the OTP is Apollo and Clavier.
Sorry.
Then again,
they're a
like-
little bit
People that realize
Then again, who would
that they
Apollo,
don't get to.
who would Apollo
that they
end?
don't
Who
get
could
this-
Apollo end up with? His sister, Trucy?
Athena.
You talk about.
Athena.
All right.
Hello?
Yeah.
Apollo, Athena. They're one of my ships.
Yes, the Justice Sykes train
But that
is still
moment when you
chugging
realize
along.
that these are the only text boxes you get to read for the game for this entire day of the trial.
Anyways, I meant to click.
Enough about ships. I was with Salin Oldbag, the security lady, when we found the body.
Actually, hang on. What? What? Yeah, what? Of course Apollo and Athena. What am I talking about?
I'm like, yeah, obviously. The assistant was there too, only Powers was absent. I immediately called the police, then Powers showed up. The security lady, Oldbag, was quite agitated, pointing at Powers, saying he did it. I asked to be left out of the proceeding. I went back to the trailer to get my script and direction notes. And then I went home.
I see no issue raised by this testimony. Mr. Wright, your cross-examination.
I do.
Okay, Nick, we're close. Real close. Like, so close I can hear her breath. She may be acting tough now,
I think I can smell pickles in her voice.
but if you put her on the spot, she's sure to falter.
Why does she have the male sound effect?
All over.
Why does she have the male beep sound effect?
I am actually trans. No.
Find the key you need and twist the truth out of her. Twist her like a towel trying to get all the water out. Did that make sense?
Hang her out
Probably.
to dry.
Hang her up and
Right.
beat her like a rug.
So what did you see?
Okay, after finding the book. Sixth statement. She claims she was too tired to go to the studio. However,
I'm very muy tired.
She never said she's tired.
Cansado.
Yes,
in the
she was
previous
15.
testimony she did.
Oh.
Yeah.
She said, I was too tired, so I had Sal take me.
I had Sal take me because I'm so tired and I'm a woman
This-
And I can't do anything on my own.
I mean,
meant to do
Wow, you
everything
went
for-
there?
Yes, I went there.
By the way,
Gotta love stereotypical
Oh,
girl
a
characters.
woman said it. Shut up, comment section.
I was making fun of other women.
The script in your direction notes.
Yes, they're quite valuable. It wouldn't do to have them stolen.
No, I guess not. I'm pressing harder.
I'm
Wait a
like,
second.
but no one can get on the property.
I thought you came to Studio One for a rehearsal. Why didn't you bring your script and notes?
Well, I was under the impression that we wouldn't be able to rehearse anything.
Why?
There was a murder after all. Wait, but how did you know about it before?
She
Okay.
fucked
Yeah.
Who could think that
She fucked
rehearsing
up.
after that? Oh!
This is too obvious for nobody in the court to
Oh
notice.
yeah, I
that.
guess. Very
Oh
well.
my gosh, you just said, oh yeah.
Why?
They're so dumb! Oh
You're
my
wrong.
gosh! I feel like Edgeworth is the only one out of the two of three of
Only
them that
sane
noticed.
man.
Only sane person.
And even he's got his.
No, out of the four of them, I didn't say anything.
Yeah, that's fair.
Oh dang it.
You're
Hang
on. Dear God, no, please, why? Stop.
I have an objection to the witness's last statement.
You go, edgy boy!
Huh?
Think. Miss Vasquez said she didn't bring the script because there wouldn't be a. Don't you see what that means? She would have had to know about the murder before going to Studio One.
Oh!
You're not going to do it, I will.
Order. Order.
I put it on being
Order.
I have over
We're
1,000
all
ping.
order.
I have over.
Order.
I have over.
Hey,
Like a hamburger, please.
I have over 1,000 ping, guys. So give me a second.
you get th-
Can you guys
All
hear
right,
me?
I'd like 2 number 9s.
Now,
Yes, a 45 extra.
There's 45
Two
on
number
the
sevens.
menu?
And
number
a large
45s.
soda.
Oh,
Gotta
I
love
like a
over
large-
1,000 ping.
I want ice cream.
No,
Mr.
you're getting ramen.
Mr. Edgeworth! What you have just said is a reasonable observation. However, I find it hard to understand why the prosecution would make such a move. Or are you thinking of a career change to defense?
I appreciate the concern, Your I will stand by my statement, however, regardless of how the court sees my role here. Now, Ms. Vasquez, do you have an explanation?
He's taken over Phoenix's
I
job.
can't believe Edgeworth
No,
is
okay.
helping me.
In a real courtroom, obviously, this would not be his job. His job is to do whatever he has to do to find his opponent guilty, without breaking the law. And
All that to man. Fred. Here,
in this particular instance, where you know that if Vasquez leave, if you let her leave, she's gonna flee the country. You will never see her again.
I'm going back to my hometown of Puerto Rico.
I'm sorry. She is so Italian.
So the prosecution is in cahoots with the defense. What kind
The kangaroo variety. Now start nodding.
This is the clown court! Why do you think I'm dressed like this, huh?
You are not a clown.
You're not.
You are the
You're the
entire
entire
circus.
circus.
No matter. I think you missed.
Well, I figured out what the problem was.
What?
You.
I was connected not to the Wi-Fi.
So I left them behind.
Powers was injured.
Whoa. Yeah, Powers was injured, not Hammer.
Present the Powers photo.
Actually, no, hold on. Press
Pretty
first.
sure.
You always want to press first, because they always sometimes
You're right.
do that thing where it's like, you didn't...
That is fair.
Because I remember watching...
How did you know about the injury that never happened?
The Jello Apocalypse Aces Attorney thing. It's like, oh, you didn't press this evidence. Whatever.
How about we watch
know?
this 7 hours of video evidence instead?
Yeah. Sal. He told me.
Sal the director.
You have to find something I...
Sorry.
I believe in you, Nick. Go get him, Tiger.
I believe
Hey,
like, there's
Athena's
some-
Athena's the tiger. Remember?
No, remember El Tigre?
Shut up. I hate
has
that
to be
guy.
left out the proceedings. Go over to back to that same statement. Present, because that's all you can do now. Limping photo?
It was Powers.
I think
that
it's the
was
limping photo.
injured. No, it has to be the photo from the practice, right?
We don't have that.
We don't have that, so it has
Oh.
to be the
Yeah, then
limping
it has to be that
photo.
one. Limping photo, yeah. Present.
Oh, music stopped.
Yeah.
That's a good sign.
You knew that Hammer was injured. Don't you think that's a little funny? I mean, it was
It's
the.
so funny.
I mean, it was the Steel Samurai who was injured. It was Will Powers.
What?
Mr. Wright, explain yourself. Yes, Mr. Hammer is dragging his leg in this photo. But that's because he was pretending to be Mr. Powers.
Pretending?
One person was injured in the run-through that morning. That person was Mr. Powers, not Mr. Hammer. Now, why did you think it was Mr. Hammer who was injured?
I already said it was Sal who told me. That's right. He must have gotten it wrong.
I think not. Mr. Manella was at the run-through that morning. He would have known it was Mr. Powers who was injured. He saw it happen. Why would he tell you the wrong person? Miss Vasquez...
You saw him.
You
You saw Mr. Man.
Yeah.
You saw saw the man.
Actually, you didn't hear anything from Mr. Manella. You saw Mr. Hammer limping with your own eyes. Yes, but wasn't Mr. Powers who was injured? Yes, but remember, Mr. Hammer was dragging his leg too. He was pretending to be Mr. Powers. Ah! And when was he doing this?
Well,
Okay.
well, it would have to have been after he put on the Steel Samurai costume. When he put on the samurai costume and went to Studio 2, where he was murdered.
Exactly. Miss Vasquez, you met him, didn't you? You saw the Steel Samurai limping. And Mr. Hammer was in the Steel Samurai suit. That's why you were confused. That's why you thought it was Mr. Hammer who had been injured that morning. Order! Order! I will have order!
Witness. Sorry, I thought it was still him. Can you refute this claim?
Come on, time for an epic freakout.
She doesn't get one.
Let's see you sneak out of this one, Vasquez.
Very well. I have a question for you.
Why are the real killers always so persistent?
Why in the world would I want Mr. Hammer dead?
Oh, easy. Mafia,
Yes,
tie
he
up blue
fought
ties.
on hard times, but he was a star. I had nothing to gain from his death. Nothing.
Loose ends snipped.
Yes, you would need a motive. No, she doesn't. Evidence is evidence. Why would she have killed the victim? If there is a reason, it is unclear to this court.
I feel like this is either going to be a statement or presenting evidence.
Does that
And
offense?
either is going to be obvious.
Actually, since I'm in forensics, I know that for sure you have to have a motive to be considered a suspect.
What the fuck kind of
Yeah,
logic
it's
is
like-
that?
It's like one of 5, important things. Where's my notes?
If it's an intentional killing, then yes. You have to
Yeah.
have a motive. But if it's unintentional, no, you are not required
Can I
to.
prove it? Well, if I don't prove it, then I'm
Yes.
screwed. So, okay, I have proof and I'll show it to you. I present to the court evidence as to Miss Vasquez's motive in the murder. Huh. I think it's the photo, right?
Yeah, tie up loose ends.
Let me go through everything, though, just to make sure.
Nothing else pertains to the situation as much
Yeah,
as that does.
it's the photo. This is my proof. This is the photo from before? This photo reveals the motive in this murder. I'm right, aren't I, Miss Vasquez? Five years ago, Mr. Hammer was at the height of his fame. With D. Vasquez's help, a terrible accident was swept under the carpet. Ladies and gentlemen, the case currently up for trial. It began on that day 5 years ago.
Okay, so it's called the MMO. You need a motive, means, and an opportunity to prove that someone is a suspect in a case.
Yes, and that's all for an intentional killing.
Yeah. But this technically was an intentional killing.
So
Because
technically
he's
she
trying to make
doesn't
a
need to
murder
have a motive
case.
here.
But, well, Phoenix is trying to make a case saying that she murdered Hammer. So, therefore, he needs the MMO.
Except that he doesn't.
Well, he's giving it to them.
It's turned into a murder case, though.
That's fair. But regardless,
Let's keep going.
continue.
Well, actually, no, it's always been a murder case.
Let's keep going.
Sorry.
Ironically enough, that
Because
accident...
once
Oh, God dang it, dude! Ironically
Go.
enough... Shut up. That accident precipitated Mr. Hammer's fall. His fall from stardom.
His guilt weighed him down, no doubt.
However, you, D. Vasquez, used Mr. Hammer. You made him work for you for petty change.
Bringing us to the present day, and Mr. Hammer's last role as the evil magistrate.
Yes, undoubtedly, it was a constant source of shame for the ex-star. One moment, Mr. Wright. We are talking about motives here, yet you have only talked about Mr. Hammer. It almost seems as if it was Mr. Hammer who had killed D. Vasquez, not the other way around. What motive would Miss Vasquez have?
Yes, that's right. According to what you say, I would have had no reason to kill Hammer. He was a good source of income for me. And I never got rid of useful men. It's a policy of mine.
Mr. Wright, please explain Miss Vasquez's motive for murder.
She had no motive.
Yeah, she had no motive. But I'm gonna save anyway.
It's Mr. Hammer going up trying to kill her, but her killing him in self-defense.
She had no motive, Your Honor. What's that now? It was Mr. Hammer who was out for blood. All Miss Vasquez did was push him off the stairs. In self-defense!
What's this? What's that now?
It's simple. Mr. Hammer was intending to kill Miss Vasquez.
What? What?
Your Honor.
Remember the terrible version of this song in Spirit
Yes.
of Justice?
Yes, I do.
Whew.
Jack Hammer would drug Mr. Powers with sleeping pills. Jack Hammer snuck into the dressing room and stole the steel samurai costume. Jack Hammer wore the costume to fool the security lady into thinking he was Powers. I've said Jack Hammer 3 times now. Then Jack Hammer. Why are we saying his full name every time?
Because Jack Hammer is just that important to this Jack Hammer case.
Yes. Jack Hammer made his way into the trailer. And for what purpose, you ask? To kill D. Vasquez, who had so cruelly taken advantage of him all those years. You know what? Close enough. That's as close to that's as close to a freak out as we're gonna get. Whatever. So you did do it, didn't you?
Yes.
Oh, don't start trying to look innocent now.
Hey, just because you lost your cigar doesn't mean you're innocent.
My poor cigar.
It was me.
Someone call an ambulance!
There's blood everywhere!
There's-
We're too late!
Ah! Miss Vasquez!
What the hell happened here?
Manuel! Manuel?
It should honestly be Vasquez who says this. I think this is Vasquez.
Manuel fell from the trailer stairs.
Manuel! Miss Vasquez, please try to remain calm.
No, no, how could this?
It was an accident. Mr. Hammer was doing an action scene and...
No, Manuel!
Don't touch him, Miss Vasquez!
No! Please don't die. Please.
I'd forgotten about that. Why is she still holding the cigar?
Because sprites are...
Expensive.
Congratulations, Mr. Riley. I lose. Again. Did you like what I did, making her sound a bit younger?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mr. Edgeworth, where's D. Vasquez?
In the waiting lobby, as calm and collected as ever.
Waiting for her mafia to bail her out. I see. She's going to.
In all fairness, she did just get convicted for murder and self-defense, which is not as bad as it could have been.
So technically, all she would really be convicted of is blackmail is just kind of a serious thing, though. That's why it'd be 5 years instead of 2 maybe.
I see.
Also, wouldn't covering up count as a crime as well?
Technically, but they don't really.
Yes, you're right. Very well. You are no longer a miracle maker, Mr. Wright. This court finds the defendant, Mr. Will Powers, not guilty!
Not guilty.
Let the confetti fly!
Yay!
Untouched, Yama.
That is all.
Thank
This
you,
court is adjourned.
Kamatsu.
October 20th, 11:12 p.m. The return of Alex speaking. Defendant lobby number 3.
Yes, it is obviously 11:12.
I don't know what to say.
Oh yeah, he's off.
Thank you so much.
I'm just glad you're okay.
Yes, but it's sad. I know now that Mr. Hammer stole my costume. It's bad enough that he wanted to kill Miss Vasquez. But to think that he had to that he tried to fry me for the matter. It makes me sad. Tell me why, Mr. Wright.
Save now.
I'm not gonna say anything for spoilers, but that reminds me of one of the cases in the first Danganronpa game. And, you probably know which one I'm talking about, Alex. But...
The first one?
God damn it, dude.
Because that's the only one I was there for.
I told you not to say anything!
I was just trying to clarify.
I've been trying to show Aaron Danganronpa, and you've just said a major spoiler!
Well, I'm not even paying attention unless you keep talking about it.
Okay, fine.
Tell me why, Mr. Wright.
I have a feeling
Tell
I have
me.
to present
Damn it,
some...
now I'm thinking about it. Alec, why do you have to fuck up?
I didn't know that what I said was a spoiler, okay?
He
What did
literally
Mr.
said, don't talk about it, and then you said, oh, so I should talk about it. And then you started talking about it. After he explained, you had one job.
One job.
I said a name, and that was it. I'm sorry.
One.
That's-
TBH, I didn't even hear the name, so.
Well, you don't really care about Danganronpa, so I guess you're
Nope.
fine. Well, this is what I think. Mr. Hammer wanted to put the blame on you because...
After power, maybe?
No one would believe I was a defense attorney.
Like, in all fairness, Will Powers was getting a ton of notoriety in place of him. So the path to power proving that would be like,
Path to Glory?
oh yeah, you're like super powered. And, yeah.
I read Battle of Steel Samurai's one.
You should probably save, but you can't save.
It's
Can't-
because you were the Steel Samurai.
Because I was the Steel Samurai.
Mr. Hammer was a big star once, but he was reduced to acting in a kid's show, and the villain to boot. The kids loved the Steel Samurai, and so he hated you.
I think I understand.
TBH, nowadays everyone
He
loves
could have just told me.
Yeah, everyone does love the villains nowadays.
I mean,
I would have changed places with him anytime.
I mean, Danganronpa. I would say Monokuma is one of my favorite characters in the series. So.
And I gotta admit, some of the bad guys from Phoenix Wright and Professor Layton are pretty cool.
Yeah, some of them
Yeah,
are cool, and
but
some of them are
also
LaBelle.
the latent.
Descolo. I'm sorry, that's one of the best names ever.
Like, if
I
I
think
had
you're
to rate,
missing the
if
plot.
I had to rate the villains in Ace Attorney, LaBelle would be like bottom of the list. I
Oof.
hate him. I hate him so much.
Yep.
I think you're missing the point.
Thank you. I'm just glad it's all over.
So am I. So am I.
Congratulations, WP!
Oh! Oh! Thanks to you, I'll be able to don the Steel Samurai outfit once more.
What is it with my partners getting more credit than I do?
Hey, I'm the one who said take the
I
cake.
can't wait to get back into that sweaty costume and...
You also said he was guilty.
Okay, well, that's first impressions. They're not the best.
Is something wrong?
No! Of course not.
I'm gonna tell him. Don't you dare.
I'm gonna tell him. I love that.
Don't you dare. Nick! Edgeworth!
Say something, right? Say something, right?
Say something, I'm getting...
Remember when he was taught to say, "Whoop"?
I remember when I had ears.
I remember when we were continuing the game.
You don't remember when Edgeworth said that?
Oh my gosh, yeah! I remember keeping text exposed.
Say something, right?
I'm not good at...
Huh? What? That was too bad, Edgeworth. I could hear myself
You don't waste your
from
time
your mic.
gloating, do you?
Wow, Nick, smooth.
No, I really want to thank you. Those guys wouldn't have gotten away if you hadn't stepped in.
Pleased to meet you. I'm Powers.
Shoot!
Edgeworth. I'm a big fan of your work, Mr. Powers.
Liar.
No,
Not exactly he isn't. Right.
No, he's like a big nerd.
Nerd!
I must say, I hadn't expected to meet you again after all these years.
Meet again?
However, in retrospect, it would have been better had we not met. This is his best line. Thanks to you, I am saddled with unnecessary feeling.
And thus the ship set sail.
What?
The ship.
What kind of feelings, Edgeworth?
The ship set sail.
It is my unnecessary feelings of shame. Get your mind out of the gutter, right?
The burning I feel?
Hey!
It is shame. Unnecessary
Shame about
feelings.
being a prosecutor?
What are they, Edgeworth, my lover?
Yes, unease and uncertainty.
Boring.
Like your face!
Aren't those kind of necessary?
They only serve to get in my way. They only serve to get in my way. You listen to me, Phoenix. Right?
Listen here, you little shit.
Don't ever show your face in front of me again. That's what I came here to tell you.
Well, that's kind of rude.
Mr. Wright? Was that guy your friend?
Was What friends? As if. They're rivals. Rivals. Right, Nick?
What's the difference?
Right, boy.
For now we are, I guess.
Huh? Why do I get the feeling I'm missing something?
It's this little thing called history.
You'll understand when you're older. Come on, Nick. Tell me what's the deal with you and Edgeworth?
Yeah, I want to know too.
Did you guys have a thing and then broke up, or?
Oh my god, you are
What
like...
was it?
You're jumping on that ship now, aren't you?
No, I'm not. I'm just gonna be the one person that represents that by doing funny little Maya
No.
your text.
I've actually seen this in a couple Let's Plays now, and...
You have? Okay.
No, I wasn't done. I've seen this in a couple Let's Plays where they play Maya as being like shipping them super hard.
Oof. No, I'm not gonna do that. I'm just gonna be like sending out like this is thing. Like I don't know which it is. I mean, people can do whatever they want. I mean, I'm not judging.
Also,
come on,
there was one Let's Play I saw where she was super into yaoi, and if you don't know what that is, let's keep it that way. And so the curtain closed on another trial. I caused quite a stir by revealing that accident from 5 years ago. It was the talk of the town. Thankfully, Global Studios rethought its programming change. They went back to making kids shows again.
Oh, good. Nick! This is it! The new show starts today! You're going to watch it with me, right?
Sorry, hang on. Even Game Grumps ships Phoenix and Edge, says Crow.
Oh yeah, I know. I keep getting the video of an animation of Game Grumps shipping Rightworth. It's a little animation. I haven't watched it though. I am scared of the imagery that may happen.
I'll admit, I was kind of surprised. I didn't think they'd seriously go through with it.
You have to buy trading cards too, okay? So that we can trade! Oh, and make popcorn. We have to trade with Cody and that assistant.
Fine, I'll do it. Just you better start helping pay the bills. You hear me? No, I'm kidding.
Hey,
Or at
I'm
least
Yeah, get
the
a-
toilets.
place. Isn't it great that WP gets to play the lead again?
If
Wait,
you
what?
believe the
I wonder if they'll show it
princess?
FaceTime.
Yes.
I don't know. I don't think the world is ready for the real Will Powers.
Alright, I'm a pretty princess, and that's the end.
I am prettiest princess! I just realized
And now
how
it's time
loud
to
I just
Turn
screamed
about
that.
goodbyes. Next time
Alright, so
on Ace Attorney.
it's not gonna start that
Next
case, is it?
time on
No, it's
Ace
not.
Attorney, me and Nick go find a thing in
Oh,
Lake-
it started the next
Guess
case.
what? We have our own Loch Ness monster. Isn't that crazy? I'm gonna go meet Nessie.
Alright.
His name's
we'll
Gordy.
Get going doing that.
Gordy.
Nessie, Gordy, Nessie.
Anyways, thank you all so much for watching.
Leary.
We had a lot of fun with this one, even despite all the technical difficulties that went on. Next one will probably be longer. I know this one was kind of short, but we'll probably do a couple parts of the next case next time. So yeah, look forward to that. I'm not sure when that be. You said Thursday maybe or Sunday?
I could do Thursday and I could do Sunday because I work all the other days of the week.
I see.
We'll plan on sometime around then. Stay tuned.
Thank you all so much for watching. I really do appreciate it, and I will see you all in the next one. Take care, continue testing, and best of luck in all of your future endeavors. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Mm.